her proof should be fuming because she hasn't even seen it. She sent us our proof because she was on holiday. It's gorgeous, it's amazing, it's beautiful, and I just want to let you know how much work goes into a cover. So obviously the amazing Alexa Whitten, what happens is, we have a bit of a conflab, we do, all three of us, and like we go, yeah, we want to have like the treehouse on, we want the rainbow on, we kind of want one of the monsters on the front, we wanted this puddle going on, which I can't tell you too much about. Obviously Seth needs to be on there. She gave me the choice of who was going to be at the front, who was going to be in the treehouse. And then I sketch it in my brain and I go, and weirdly, when I send the sketch through to Alexa and to, yes, Alexa's just saying, and to Loza, it's like they both go, whoa, that's like exactly what was in my head. Weird. So, what happens is, I have to do it in layers. And I never knew this the first time I did it. I just started drawing a cover and Alexa was like, no, you need to layer it up. I was like, no, I don't know. So here, all I did was some grass, right? Some grass. And then what happens is, oh, you didn't use that colour, Alexa. You didn't use this bit. Which is fine, because like she doesn't use everything that I put down. So there's the grass at the bottom. That's one layer. Yeah? See it? So that is one layer. Then, even these bits are in layers. So these are all the flowers at the bottom. Right, so I did a selection of flowers. Again, it's up to Alexa what she uses. She's the creative genius when it comes to putting a cover together. She knows what's too much and what's less. Right? So if you can see all of those, and what she'll do is she'll physically move them about. Okay? She moves them about to wherever she feels that they look nice. Yeah? There's them. So even those tiny, tiny little things are like a big illustration. Okay, then another layer. So that's one, because it's all fair and well going, oh, I'll do your cover design. A cover design can be like 10 illustrations. Then what else have we got here? We knew we wanted the rainbow in the background somehow, so I did a rainbow which didn't end up being used. Right, because it just didn't fit right, which I get. So if you can see that rainbow, I mean, she probably could have stretched it or something like that, but she already had the rainbow of Don't Be Silly, and it's smaller, right? She's changed it so that it's smaller, but that wouldn't have worked with the font going over the top, right? So she binned that off. Rude. Then we had the puddle. Yeah? So there you go. So Paul is saying, oh, Stevie Udale's, mine's Blan. Mine was at first, I was like, what? Paula says, would it help if I did layering when I start to think about covers? No, Paula, not for you. You just want to really know what you want on your cover, and then I do the layering bits, and me and Alexa do the layering bits. So there's the puddle, which you can see there. But she's even had to manipulate it so that it's thinner. So that's the type of stuff Alexa does on Photoshop. She's an absolute genius. I don't know how she does it because I cannot work Photoshop. So if that was just stuck on there, it would be too big. So she's like, she might have even stretched it a bit. Yeah, but it still looks awesome. So there's 3 bits. And we're not even halfway through. There's 3 parts of the cover, right? 3 illustrations. Then Loza says, well, I want Seth on the front holding someone's hand. I was like, well, that's red for a kick-off. And there he is there. Okay, so they don't go on in exactly the same scale. Like Alexa has to kind of manipulate it so it looks right. So when I show you this image here of the treehouse, and funnily enough, I mean, Alexa were talking, we both were like, oh, wouldn't it look cool if it wrapped around? So when Alexa's designing this, it'll be a flat piece. sorry, I'm just like manhandling your airproof. Right, it'll be like a full piece like that. It's massive, this illustration, huge, and I love the fact that I can illustrate on A3 and it can be shrunk down. So look at the size of this, right? So Loza was like, you're really biased. She went, just choose who you're going to put in the treehouse and who's going to be on the thingy. So I put yellow at the back because she's a right crank, she is. So there, so that's huge. If you look at it in comparison to the size of that, okay, massive, isn't it? Yeah. So again, it's all about scale, and it's all about what's the word? I don't know. Come on, I'm an artiste. I'm a trained artiste. Perspective, that's it. She'll have to manipulate it quite a bit so that it looks right, that red and Seth are in the right section. Oh, she said the bottom was fun. What did you have to do with the bottom, like? She's put some flowers in that on the bottom. Perspective, that's it. Right, so there's one. Another one. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to show you a different one when I show you Catherine's. So 5, right, Seth and red. Then all of the characters are on different sheets, right? Apart from yellow. Yellow, green and orange in the tree. So these are all on separate illustrations. Blue with his book. Yeah. I love how I changed indigo. So in book 1, wait there, see if I can find it. Here's one I added. And man. So in book 1, Indigo's like all jazz hands, isn't she? And she's got that belt across there, and she comes with all of her curtains and fabrics and stuff, doesn't she? I thought, how can I wanted them all to be a little bit different, so I made that into a belt. Yes, get it in. Check that out. So yeah, that is 1, 2, 3. So 10 illustrations for one book cover. Okay, and it takes about 4 days to do a book cover, but then sometimes it's not right, and Alexa will go, change that, and I'm like, oh, for God's sake. But she does. We've got that relationship though, where she can just rings and go, that's not going to work. You're going to have to change that, and I'm like, I put the phone down. I'm like, oh. So a different, right, with this one, and this came with its different challenges. So I have still got 10 copies of this, people. If you haven't ordered it, it's in my Etsy shop for Catherine. This is Catherine Green's beautiful book, Have You Ever Wondered What It's Like? Now, I haven't got the illustrations to show you, but this, oh God, Photoshop it. I hate Photoshop, right? Getting emotion, seeing all these. Mate, you need to get your book, like. So, Have You Ever Wondered What It's Like? Right, by Catherine Green. This one, I visualised it, like, it was weird with this one, right, because we didn't know what we were going to do with the cover at all. So I didn't even start the cover until I'd done a couple of examples of the illustrations, because I had to read through the story and really understand what was in Catherine's head in terms of the type of feel she wanted to get across. So it was like whimsical, dreamlike, and it's like things that are put in places that are out of the ordinary. She liked steampunk, she liked like whimsical art, she liked Salvador Dali, stuff like that. So I had to really do a lot of research before I started illustrating, and then I thought, right, I'm just going to start illustrating. And the first one I did was, do you know what else I love? I love how Alexa, so there's always additional pages. I'll show you this. wait there, I'll tell you what I did first. So the first one I did was that, right? And it was, have you ever wondered what it's like to be a cloud? And then when I was reading the stuff, so dangling in the sky above, it simply floats around. And I wonder, could we sit on it? Perhaps we might fall through, or would we get rolled up in it and come out covered in goo? So it's not like a character is here, and there's another character here, and this character is looking at this one. So like, you haven't got Seth sitting in the tree house with his cushions, right? This is what Laura will put down on a piece of paper, and she'll go, I want Seth sitting in the tree house with a window behind him, cushions on the floor, right? With Catherine's, I very much had to create a style first, because there's nothing in it that says, well, this is in this like, how could I, can you imagine that? This is the difficulty I had with this book, and I've told her, she can't believe that it's massively pushed us and developed me illustrations. So like, how can you even depict, have you ever wondered what it's like to be a cloud dangling in the sky above? It simply floats around, other than a cloud in the sky. So I had to really create a style, and you can see, so I did these at the same time, and the more that I kind of worked through them, and I'd go, do you want that in there? And the next one was like planets. Like, have you ever wondered what it's like to be in space? And I had to try and make the style similar throughout the book. This is what you've got to do with picture books, is the style has to flow throughout the whole book. You can't like I couldn't have a picture like that on one page and then a picture like that on the other. So as an illustrator, which I am now, I haven't studied illustration, I did fine art, I didn't do illustration. You really have to understand your audience, your author, and what will relate to the person who's gonna read it. And this was a difficult one. So some days I'm going, how am I going to draw that? Like, I wonder. So this one was about an abandoned ship. Well, how do I do a ship in a whimsical style? I was like, how do I do it? So once I'd done that, I kind of knew. I went, right, this is how I envisioned the cover. And Catherine was brilliant. She was very much like, go do what you need to do with the cover. I get that it's a bit of a different type of story. Go and do what you need to do. And I just went, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put elements of everything throughout the book on the cover in a style. And the only way I could describe the style was, it was Verity, wasn't it? Verity gave us this book. Like that. And I love this. So this book that Verity gave us, because she's just lush, I loved like the way that it had all these different things in. So I was like, oh, I wonder if I can do something similar to that. And that's where the book came. So this wasn't done in layers. Oh, I tell a lie. No, it wasn't. This wasn't done in layers. This was an actual full piece of paper with a gap in the middle, right? And I remember when I was talking to Alexa about it, we were a bit worried about how the font was going to look, or maybe it might look lost because all of this was quite thick, deep lines. And I remember when she I always know, right, when she's done something unbelievable, she'll go, have you got 5 minutes? And I'm like, I have for you. And then she'll video us and she'll go, will you see this? She'll say, this is awesome. And I would sit there for about 5 minutes going, oh my God, oh my God. Did the same with Laura's. We're going, this is awesome. Oh my God, oh my God. But it never comes together until you see what Alexa does. Like, Alexa is such a genius at scaling things right, colour combinations. Like, this is just a piece of wizardry here. Yeah. And because the cry is on, I'm going to get out Roundabout Rabbits. Here's one I made earlier. And this again was something, this happened even completely different as well. Like, I did a sample illustration of one of the photographs that Lisa and Mark did of the roundabout. I just did a sample, and I never ever thought it was going to be anything to do with the cover. And then Alexa, like, she just gets picture books so much, but she does it in a way that makes them going to be very, very stand out and very unique compared to what you see on a bookshelf. So all of these amazing books that you see, they're not bog standard books that you see in a like, every time I go into a shop now, a bookshop, I go straight to the picture book place and I just go, not a patch, not a patch, not a patch on that, not a patch on that. And like this one, and Alexa's saying she remembers the sketch for this, like, she said, she went, that needs to be the cover. That needs to be the cover. And I was like, really? But then when she showed us it, like with all of the sky elements in the font, I was like, nailed. It's absolutely nailed. We're just mint. We are just mint. Lots of saying. Kylie, mate, are you looking at what you've done here? You too, Alexa. In less than a year, and not including you on, you've done 4 books. Anna. Put all 3 books, I mean, talk about it all different. No, 3 books that I've worked on, all completely different. Look at me bookshelf. Obviously, I've got Geordie's and that on as well. Look at that. Someone take a screenshot and go, look at that, man. Check them out. Stephen Newdale, yours is going to be on here soon. Ta-da! So I feel mint now, you know. I'm glad I did that because... sorry, Laura, if I've just knocked your boot. I feel mint now because I came in thinking I was going to be like a bit deflated because I can't keep up the activity I'm doing in here. I'm gutted. I can't keep doing the activities for you. I can't keep coming live all the time. But I will be out and about. I'll be out and about, meeting people. I'll be on my personal profile when I need to be. Everything that I'm going to be involved with, I'm going to share.